The luxurious first-class cabin went silent when the flight attendant stepped directly into Emma's path. "Ma'am, I believe there's been a mistake. This section is reserved exclusively for first-class passengers." The piercing gazes of wealthy passengers stabbed at Emma as her valid ticket was openly questioned. None of them could imagine that, in mere moments, Daniel Hartman, billionaire entrepreneur, Emma's devoted husband, and the primary shareholder of this very airline, would step aboard and instantly shift the power dynamic in a cabin full of quick judgments. Emma Lawson nervously adjusted the watch on her wrist, a cherished gift from Daniel, reminiscent of their first encounter. At 35, her simple yet tasteful dress stood in stark contrast to the extravagant jewelry and designer outfits dominating the priority boarding area. The first-class cabin of Skylux Airlines gleamed with plush leather seats, impeccably uniformed attendants, and an enticing scent of freshly poured champagne. Daniel had insisted Emma enjoy this flight alone, a reward for her successful charity gala. "You deserve all the luxury in the world," he had told her, rushing off to handle an emergency meeting and promising to join her at the resort later. Taking a deep breath, Emma presented her first-class ticket at the gate, deciding it was finally time to embrace the luxury she typically avoided despite her husband's immense wealth. "I'm sorry, but first class is reserved exclusively for passengers with proper tickets," declared Victoria Bennett, the lead flight attendant, her eyes coldly scanning Emma's modest appearance. Her condescending voice sliced through the silence. "I have a first-class ticket," Emma replied calmly, extending her boarding pass. Victoria pinched the ticket delicately, as if worried about contamination, her perfectly manicured nails glinting under cabin lights. There appears to be some error," she said doubtfully. "Perhaps your ticket was mistakenly issued." A man in a tailored suit glanced up from his financial newspaper, his gold cufflinks gleaming as he lowered his glasses. "Happens often," he commented loudly enough for everyone to overhear. "Economy class is just too overcrowded these days." Several passengers smirked subtly, while others watched with uneasy curiosity. A couple in matching designer outfits exchanged whispers, eyes darting toward Emma. Victoria flashed a smile of false sympathy, teeth gleaming. "Let me check if there's a spot available for you in economy class. You'll surely be more comfortable there." Emma felt heat rising in her cheeks, but remained composed. "Please check again. My husband specifically reserved this seat for me." "Your husband?" laughed a woman with a diamond necklace, her voice dripping with disdain. "Darling, everyone claims that when trying for an upgrade. Next, you'll tell us he's a CEO or something equally imaginative." Soft laughter rippled through the cabin. Victoria exchanged knowing glances with another attendant. Emma touched the watch Daniel had given her the day they met, when she herself had been a flight attendant. The cool metal comforted her, reminding her of simpler times before marriage. She had faced prejudice before, but had never anticipated it from colleagues in the very profession she once loved. A nearby businessman tapped impatiently. "Can we resolve this quickly? Some of us have meetings to attend." Victoria straightened. "Please wait at the boarding gate while we clarify this misunderstanding," she instructed Emma, clearly not offering choice. Emma felt embarrassment, indignation, and rising anger. She could mention Daniel's identity and swiftly change the situation, but resisted. Why should she rely on her husband's name for dignity? The cabin manager approached with serious authority. "Ma'am, we have an issue with your reservation. Please come with me off the aircraft to resolve this." Passengers' looks ranged from pity to disdain. Emma, steady but quiet, insisted, "My ticket is valid. I have every right to be here." "Security protocol," Victoria retorted sharply. "We can't allow just anyone in a first class without verification. Just anyone." The implication was clear. Then, precisely at that moment, the aircraft door reopened, revealing Daniel Hartman, tall, imposing, and impeccably dressed in a tailored navy blue suit. His authoritative presence instantly silenced the cabin. "Emma." Daniel's deep voice resonated powerfully yet calmly. He surveyed the scene, eyes locking onto his wife. "Is there a problem?" he asked quietly, his calm voice masking a fierce protectiveness. The manager visibly faltered. "Mr. Hartman, there's a misunderstanding." Daniel stepped forward with deliberate confidence, each step shifting the energy around him. "That's my wife's seat, correct?" "Two-way." "Yes, Mr. Hartman." The manager stammered nervously, visibly shaken. Daniel's steel-blue eyes, sharp yet controlled, settled on Victoria. "Emma Lawson Hartman, my wife. Has there been a problem?" Victoria's arrogance vanished instantly. "Mr. Hartman, we didn't realize." "Realization often comes late," Daniel replied calmly, letting the statement hang ominously. He addressed the cabin firmly yet smoothly, his voice carrying undeniable weight. "Did you know Emma was once the youngest head flight attendant in this airline's history? She probably understands service protocols better than anyone here." The entire cabin shifted uncomfortably, absorbing the magnitude of their misjudgment. Daniel continued. "Emma once saved a passenger's life by identifying symptoms before anyone else noticed. Her commendation still hangs at headquarters, though apparently unnoticed." Victoria's arrogance evaporated instantly. She turned pale, trembling slightly. Daniel continued, addressing the manager directly. "As Stellar Airways' primary shareholder, I'm deeply concerned about this incident. Effective immediately, all employees will undergo mandatory anti-discrimination training." He then turned to Victoria, eyes unwavering. "Ms. Reynolds, your future with this airline depends heavily on your understanding of that training." Victoria, humbled, silently stepped back. Turning gently toward Emma, Daniel announced calmly, "And I believe Emma would be ideal as our new director of customer experience, given her expertise and recent first-hand perspective." Emma's eyes widened briefly in surprise. The flight proceeded quietly afterward, with Victoria serving Emma respectfully and avoiding eye contact. At the resort, Daniel held Emma's hand on a private balcony as the sun set. "You always knew how to make an entrance," Emma teased softly. Daniel smiled warmly. "Not the reunion I planned, but it was necessary. You deserve respect for your own merits, not because of who you're married to." Emma touched her watch thoughtfully. "I've missed my independence. Exactly why I created the Director of Customer Experience position. It's not a favor. You're genuinely the most qualified." Emma felt a surge of renewed confidence. Daniel touched her wristwatch gently. "Time is the only luxury that matters, Emma. How we spend it, and with whom, is what truly counts." Emma smiled warmly, feeling renewed. It's time for a new chapter. If you enjoyed this powerful message on dignity and respect, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories, activate notifications, and share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear where you're watching from and who you think needs this important reminder about not judging by appearances.